Gen 5 pistols of Glock are generally good. Not the best, but they are certainly superior in terms of reliability and practicality. But yes, I do acknowledge that they're lacking in some aspects, which necessitates you to tinker with them to make them quote-unquote complete. And when it comes to Glock upgrades, I have some good recommendations you can check out. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45, and today I am going to give you my recommended upgrades to your Glock Gen 5 pistol so that it can become a more effective EDC. Before anything else, let me do this quick plug. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, all the buttons that you can see below. Don't forget to leave a comment too. I know it feels like a hassle, but those things help my channel a lot. Now, let's get back to the good stuff. Night Sights, Trijicon HDXR/Ameriglo Bold. Do you have a Gen 5 model of Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 45, or Glock 26? Then, a night sight is a must. I mean, even if you're not really thinking about everyday carry per se, I think night sights are one of the crucial upgrades for any Glock pistol. After all, we know that the factory sights of the G guns are plastic and don't illuminate, so if you're in the dark, target acquisition becomes difficult. Now, you have a lot of solid options for these sights. But this time, let me introduce you to the Trijicon HDXR and the Ameriglo Bold. These are basically tritium night sights that feature self-illuminating tritium vials that can glow minus the need for an external light source, which means that even if you're in complete darkness, the sights remain visible. Both Trijicon HDXR and Ameriglo Bold also have a high-contrast front sight, typically with an orange or yellow photoluminescent ring, allowing for faster target acquisition in daylight as well. The Trijicon HDXR, in particular, has a narrower front post, which enhances precision for accurate shot placement. Additionally, these sights are made of steel, making them significantly more durable than the plastic stock sights of Glock pistols. Now, compared to the previous generations of Glock, the sights of the Gen 5 pistols are actually better. But they're still plastics, and between these nights and those plastic sights, I am quite sure that both Trijicon and Ameriglo offer better capabilities of withstanding hard impacts, or being used for one-handed slide manipulation against a hard surface if needed. Trigger, Overwatch, Precision, Tack, Trigger. Glock triggers are infamous for being squishy and having pre-travel and rolling brakes. You can't really rate them that high. Sure, maybe a solid 3 out of 5 is the best score you can give them. But what you want for an EDC pistol is a sure 5 out of 5 trigger, which is the reason why I am always recommending an aftermarket trigger for any Glock pistol. For this particular case, I suggest the Overwatch Precision TAC trigger. Basically, the Overwatch Precision TAC trigger fixes the typical issues found on the factory triggers of Glock, ensuring that it has no substantial pre-travel or over-travel, as well as providing a clean, crisp break and a shorter, more tactile reset. These are the qualities that would help you achieve faster, more accurate, and more consistent follow-ups, which are all crucial in a self-defense scenario. Plus, the Precision TAC trigger has a flat-faced design that improves trigger press consistency, preventing the shooter from pulling shots off target because of uneven finger placement. And yes, this ain't plastic. It feels more substantial and tactile because it's actually made from CNC machined aluminum. By all means, it also feels more reliable. But the good things don't end there. So you see, the Overwatch Precision TAC trigger is fully compatible with Glock Gen 5 models, including the Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 26, Glock 34, and Glock 45. Because it is a drop-in replacement, you actually don't have to worry about gunsmithing at all, making it an easy yet highly effective upgrade. Plus, the biggest deal about this trigger is that it maintains the factory safety mechanisms of your Glock pistol, such as the drop safety and firing pin safety, so your gun remains just as secure as the stock configuration. Grip, Talon Grip's adhesive grip. This one is a no-brainer. A gun is pretty much useless if you can't handle or control it properly, and those things quite depend on the quality of the grip and overall ergonomics of the pistol. The grip of any Glock pistol is kind of average. It's aggressive but has no overly rough texture, comes with a no-finger groove design, and features interchangeable backstraps to accommodate different hand sizes. It's not exactly bad, but in certain conditions, you'll find them slippery. And in self-defense scenarios, you can't expect that all conditions will favor you. In fact, you should anticipate and prepare for the opposite. And this is where the likes of Talon Grip's adhesive grip come in. I don't need to rub this in your face, but the Talon Grip's adhesive grip is one of the easiest yet highly effective upgrades you can integrate into your EDC firearm. In the grand scheme, it significantly improves the grip texture of your Glock pistol without requiring permanent modifications like stippling. The Talon grips come in rubber or granulate, or what they call sandpaper-like, textures, which means that you can choose based on the kind of texture that matches your personal preferences. The way I see it, the rubber texture is probably the ideal choice for concealed carry, as it provides a secure grip without being too aggressive, making it comfortable, say, if you like doing inside-the-waistband carry. On the other hand, the granulate texture, on the other hand, is more suitable for users who really want the glue-like grip traction. If you typically operate in wet or high-stress environments, this is definitely the kind of texturing you need. Recoil Spring Assembly, Glock Store, Heavy Tungsten Guide Rod. To be fair, I don't really think that Glock pistols are recoil monsters. So far, that's the very criticism that you can't implicate the Glock with, especially its Gen 5 models. But that also doesn't mean that it no longer requires refinement. Let me explain this so that you can understand it better. You see, the factory recoil spring assembly in Glock pistols uses a dual-spring polymer guide rod, which is lightweight and durable. However, they are quite prone to muzzle flip and slower follow-up shots, which means that your accuracy could be messed up, especially in high-stress situations where your nerves are all over the place. This is why you need a better recoil spring assembly to your Glock, such as this one from Glock Store that features a tungsten guide rod. In particular, the heavy tungsten guide rod replaces the factory part with a denser, more rigid material, adding extra weight at the front of the pistol. So what it does is significantly reduces felt recoil and muzzle rise, making it easier to keep the sights on target during rapid fire. Of course, it is obvious what happens next. It yields better control, improved accuracy, and faster follow-up shots. Again, these things are critical in scenarios where you have to fight for your life, and the precision of each of your shots matters. Extended Slide Stop Lever, Tango Down Vickers Tactical Slide Stop. For me, an upgraded slide stop lever is one of the most important upgrades you can introduce to your Glock pistol. It's, in fact, an underrated upgrade. But if you want to improve the overall performance of your Glock as an EDC firearm, this thing right here should be on your list. A slide stop lever, or an extended slide stop lever, significantly improves the slide manipulation and reload speed of a gun. To give you a good context, the stock stop lever of your typical Glock Gen 5 is small. And not only that, but they're also flush-fitting, which can make it difficult to quickly and reliably engage under stress, especially if your hands are large or sweaty or if you're wearing gloves. That's why aftermarket slide stop levers, such as the Tango Down Vickers Tactical Slide Stop, are such a nice addition to your Glock's assembly. It features a slightly extended lever with a textured surface, which, in turn, provides a better purchase for the thumb when releasing or locking the slide. And no, this is not the same as those oversized competition-style levers. I like this one better since it strikes a balance between enhanced functionality and maintaining a low profile, so it won't snag on clothing or holsters during concealed carry. Again, we're talking about EDC here. Plus, this slide stop is fully compatible with Glock Gen 5 models, including the Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 26, Glock 34, and Glock 45. Similar to the Overwatch trigger, this one is drop-in ready, so installation is quick and eliminates the need for permanent modifications. It's also such a good thing it's made from hardened steel construction, which means that right from the get-go, it's more durable than its factory counterpart. By simply making slide manipulations faster, smoother, and more intuitive, the Tango Down Vickers Tactical Slide Stop enhances the overall handling and efficiency of your Glock pistol.